What's going on, you guys? So the Joshes of Reselling are back for another morning show. If this is your first time with us, thank you for waking up this early with us. It's 8:30 a.m. Eastern. I know a lot of you guys are on the West Coast, so we appreciate you coming to hang out with us this morning. As you can see, the title of this stream is just Reselling Q&A. We never really have a topic for this show. So this show is just going to be, just hanging out and you guys asking questions or bringing up topics that you want to talk about. I got my friends here, Suburban Beard and a lot of Josh, who are also named Josh. That's why it's called the Joshes of Reselling Show. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves in case you don't know them.
Wait, we're all named Josh?
Apparently.
Wait, this is
you better be named Josh. That's the only reason you're on the show.
It's the only reason why we're friends.
Right. What is up, everyone? I am Suburban Beard, named Josh. I do full-time reselling, Amazon, eBay, and Mercari. And found the Joshes obviously through the YouTubes, and enjoy spending some time with everybody. Enjoy learning and growing and trying to find some new things to do. And yeah, we'll go from there. Back to you, Josh.
Yeah. This morning, everyone, all the early birds out there. Thanks again for joining us. I mean, like we said, we're kind of just like going with the flow with this. So appreciate you guys joining us every morning. It's really good to see just like familiar faces in the chat constantly every day, or the 3 days we do it a week. But yeah, you can find me over on YouTube. Just type in a lot of Josh, and it should pull something up from my channel. So yeah, we'll see where today goes.
And I did remember to put the links to you guys' channel in the description. So
you're so good to us.
So go to the description, click the link, subscribe to these guys. Josh and I have been, like, when I think about our lives, like, you got married in 2017, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got married the same year. He's a little bit younger than I am, but as far as like, I guess it's just our marriage and
like life
our marriage, but our individual marriages and our YouTube things. Like, we started about the same time. We started reselling full time at about the same time. So we've been, and our names are both Josh. So it's
you also became full-time resellers about the same time. Different circumstances, but
I think the same week actually.
Yeah, it was.
Yours was a lot more planned than mine.
Mine. Yeah, I knew like 6 months out, and I was like working towards it.
Yeah,
When it happened, I saw your video. I was like, what?
Yeah, it was.
Simple Dana. Good morning, J Crew.
It was fun though, because like for those of you, if you don't know, I was I had a full-time job up until about 7 weeks ago. I had no plans on going full-time at all, and I was very unexpectedly laid off from my job. We were on mandatory overtime. Like, we had more than enough work to do, and it just one day it was gone. So I didn't have a chance to like build up my inventory or get prepared like some people do. So I have one of my friends, I forgot his YouTube name, but he's wanting to go full time. He's in insurance as well, and he's got like 2 years. Like, they basically said within the next 2 years he's going to be losing his job. So I'm like, dude, that's awesome to have 2 years to plan to go full time reselling. Like,
plan that out. It's awesome.
It's great.
See, that was
No, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that was me in January. Obviously, just after the holidays, we were, granted, I was like working 7 days a week and everything else. And January 11th came, and they're like, "All right, see you later." I'm like, "Wow, thanks.
Yeah.
Happy New Year." My birthday was January 3rd, so it was even better, right? Like,
it's just so frustrating because, the whole reason people want to work. I saw a quote the other day. It's like, you can either be an entrepreneur or work for an entrepreneur. Those are the only two options. Mm-hmm. And the only reason people want to work for an entrepreneur is to have that stability and security of that, stable paycheck coming in.
Right. Yeah.
And, I get it. There is some semblance of security in a job like that. But again, literally, 30 minutes later, it can all be gone,
Mm-hmm.
Well, you assume there's stability. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like the American farce.
Right.
But the thing with reselling, like, there's no matter what kind of eBay glitches show up, no matter what happens to your business, your house could burn down, and you lose all your inventory, but you still have a store. You could still go source the next day and keep going. It's never going to be everything taken away from you all at once, like it was for me in my corporate job.
Right.
So it's just frustrating. Like, I'm glad it happened because I'm really happy now.
It's like super impressive just seeing that, like, within just the past month, the amount of progress you made on your reselling business. It's insane.
Dude, I've sold like the last 60. I finally hit almost $11,000 in the last 60 days, which I was at like $12,000 from year to date. Like from January 1st until the day I was laid off, I was about $12,000 in sales total, and I've almost hit that in the last 60 days. So I mean, it's a lot of work, but it has been working out for me.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows like in this business, like reselling, you get what you put in.
Yeah, it's like a sales. You know, there's no cap what you can make. It's just how hard you want to work. Guys, let us know if you can. Haven't been looking at the chat yet, but let us know if you can see and hear us okay. I don't know if it's my internet at work, but the stream looks okay, but on the YouTube, I keep having to click live, so I don't know if I can pull it at once. But
mine's still going good.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to YouTube and check it.
Yeah, mine looks on the YouTubes. It looks good on my side, anyways.
Yeah. So we know historically, Harry Tornado's live streams, I don't know, it's like hit or miss.
It's very hit or miss.
Picture
They're
quality,
either crystal clear or straight garbage.
Yeah, or it's like 2 pixels.
I agree with Reseller King. The reason why people give up reselling is because they think it's easy money and they see the short videos.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Us reseller YouTubers make it look real easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing about like YouTube, like for the most part, we're only sharing like our peaks and all the good stuff. Like a lot of like the behind the scenes, like just like daily listing. I do try to do like packing and shipping for, I guess I started doing for more like unique items, but I mean, a lot of the packing and shipping, I don't really, record all of that. That'd just be just like a super long drawn out video. So a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, like it just wouldn't be worth capturing just because it's really not interesting in terms of like YouTube content, in my opinion, at least.
Stone's the Pop Ranger. That's the guy who was in insurance. He says, I know that I'm losing my full-time job at the end of 2022. He won one of my consultations. We were talking about like him going full-time and stuff. And so it sucks that he's losing his job, but it's awesome that he has so long to.
Yeah,
it is amazing. That's lucky. That's pure luck. Like they didn't, because honestly, a lot of times they say something like that. They're like, people just leave,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like from a corporate, like I kind of get sudden layoffs because they don't want you to stop working.
Yep.
Like if you tell me that I'm going to be fired in 2 years, my work ethic is going to go down substantially over the next 2 years.
Oh yeah. Even in the military, because we're all contract based, so we all know when we're going to get out or if we're going to like re-enlist and renew our contract and stuff. So there's like a similar stigma. Like if you're on your last year of the contract, like everyone knows and everyone's like, oh yeah, he's just like shamming out because this is his last year. He's getting out. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are getting out. I mean, they're like putting in the same amount of work, but there's just like this like perception that, every time they make a mistake, it's like, oh, it's because he's getting out. Like he just doesn't care. And it's just like a weird dynamic.
It's like you walking around with a clipboard your last couple of weeks.
Oh yeah. I was doing that since the beginning. That was a pro tip from a mentor of mine. Look busy and no one will bother you.
Josh, I hate to cover your face here, but I want to put this comment up from Callie. First of all, shout out Callie's World. Go subscribe to her channel if you haven't yet. But I can't imagine how stressful it is for her. Like, I mean, to be not a reseller, like she doesn't resell herself much. She just manages Rally Root store, but to deal with everything. Like I saw Ryan and Allie's video where they were just like, hey, Callie, can you fix all of these issues? Thanks. I can't. And yesterday, she was on Instagram, how bulk shipping messed up. She had like 20 orders trying to print labels at once. And it was like error. I'm like, I just feel so bad for her. So Callie, shout out to Callie. Everybody go send her some love.
She needs to come back on your channel and do a follow-up interview. Because that first one, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we've been. I need to get with her because the thing about like she's not really a reseller, like I said. So like she's a really fun person. But we want to do a show that's like not so reseller related.
Yeah, that's the part of the segments of that first interview I really enjoyed because we only see on Rally Roots channel, we only see Callie like every 10 videos for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's usually her doing something like extremely over the top and screaming her head off or running around. So like that interview when she came on here, it was just super cool just to see her sit down and just like hang out with you. And just like, it was just like a completely different Callie that you don't see in like the 10-second segments on Rally Root videos. And it was just like super cool just to get to know her.
See, that's the thing. Like we do our Saturday show, and we try and focus on reselling stuff. But honestly, when I meet some of these people, I just want to talk to them. You know what I mean? Like you reach out and communicate with them. Like Daily Refinement when he was on our show. Like I reached out to him, stuff like that. And I just didn't want to like pick his brain and bore him. And so that's why it was fun. Like on the show, we actually got to talk to him, learn about him, say hi.
Yeah.
Marakek 7 says more people will do reselling. Economy will slow down by next year. I mean, you see like JCPenney I think it was JCPenney partnered with ThreadUp to do like more secondhand clothing and things like that. And I love that. I watched a documentary yesterday on Netflix about like the world water crisis. And people, like when you think about it, like I think everybody's really wasteful when it comes to water. Like apparently like, brushing your teeth, drinking and like washing your hands and stuff only accounts for like 1% of our water use. And everything else is industrial and agriculture. But to make just a single cotton t-shirt, like the one I'm taking now, takes like 2,000 liters of water. And so like, I just feel like we should get into the habit of being okay with buying secondhand items. I posted a thing on my Instagram before where it was like, especially for gifts, like there's like a stigma about giving used items as gifts, unless it's stitch or single stitch or something. But a lot of like, if you're a reseller, like you can find like brand new stuff, pretty much new with tags, but you got it at the thrift store. Like, I don't want that. So
yeah.
I just wish people could get out of that negative mindset when it comes to used items and just, you can save money. You can, find high quality items and you can, help save the world. I don't want to sound like a hippie or something, but
I'm not going to go slap a Coexist bumper sticker on my car, but I agree. Honestly, like that's like, that was part of my flea market video. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like in my flea market video, I took a bunch of junk, right? Like I wouldn't even want to give it to a Goodwill or anything, because they'd probably toss most of it out. So my idea is like, all right, instead of just landfilling all this garbage bags and garbage bags of stuff, there's still items, right? Somebody's going to want something, maybe, right? Yeah. But they did, I sold an entire garbage bag full and 4 boxes of stuff I emptied out. I only made $46, but I made $46 by keeping stuff out of the landfill.
Yeah.
We just live in a throwaway society. And I don't think that's really our fault as consumers. I think it's just businesses designing their products to fit into that throwaway pattern. Like iPhones, like if your iPhone's more than 5 years old, it's pretty much useless.
Some people it's just 1 year.
What was that, Josh?
Like to some people, it's just 1 year is enough to upgrade.
Yeah.
Like I know some people that upgrade like literally every time a new iPhone comes out, and it just like blows my mind.
Yeah, and the same with GoPros. Like I know Justin got the GoPro Hero 8, but I just for the videos that we make, like reseller videos, like I mean, you could have a GoPro 5. Like the only reason I like the 7 is because it has the screen on the back, and I think you can get an attachment for that on the 5.
No, I have the GoPro 5, and it like cosmetically it looks almost the same. It does still have like the touchscreen screen on the back.
Yeah,
but I think like stabilization wise, the 5 definitely isn't as good. Like the 7 and the 8 are like worlds apart compared to the 5 when it comes to stabilization. Because if I'm not like actively trying to keep my hand steady, or like not try to like move around too much when I'm wearing a backpack at like garage sales, like it's definitely like when I'm like editing the video, I'm like, I'm like getting dizzy at like my own footage.
Yeah.
I was even like going through Dollar General, like trying to hold it like
you're using a GoPro?
Yeah, I use the GoPro 5 because I can palm it, and I can still use my phone to search and stuff like that, and it's okay. But like, and then even those action cam tools, they move that weird part of the screen around to keep the center stable, and I think it makes me even more dizzy. But that's where I need a 7 at some point.
Yeah. what Justin started doing with his new GoPro though, he's still keeping the Hero 7, and like a few of his videos, he started doing like multiple camera angles, which I thought was kind of cool. So that's like, you don't see that in reselling videos at all. And I mean, it was just kind of cool just to see, like, as he was packing and shipping his items, just giving the different angles instead of just like one like bird eye view of him trying to pack up an item, getting a close up with the Hero 7, and just like, I don't know. But I feel like Justin over at RBA Flips, he's like very innovative when it comes to this stuff. I think the whole like backpack thing, I want to say he was the first person I saw that did that. The whole like GoPro on the backpack phenomenon that like everyone's doing nowadays. It's
the only thing that works, you know.
Or
unless you wear like a chest mount or like a head strap.
I had the head strap. I wore that only for an amusing Instagram picture, but and the chest strap I think looks just as weird. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, now that it's getting colder out, I thought about it because in the Dollar General videos I do and stuff, like walking through the store, I try so hard, but you're holding a little camera, you know, trying to show them. I'm like, the chest strap, but at least if I wanted to hide, I could just zip up my coat.
Yeah.
But the glasses, doesn't somebody use glasses?
I thought about getting it. So
was it Thrift Mine? No, maybe it wasn't Thrift.
Somebody, it was like Thrift Trader.
Maybe that was it. They had like
those like storage lockers. He went to like a storage auction with like spy camera glasses. I guess the quality was actually a lot better than I assumed. I looked into it, and those things are expensive.
Yeah. I mean, you can get the cheap ones that say they're HD, but it's probably like 480p. Like,
A story in the news. I think it was like maybe a year and a half ago of the cop. He was like a black cop, and he was shot, and he had like glasses. He didn't have a body cam. His department. He lived in the same town as I grew up in. The police department doesn't have a body cam, so he had his own glasses he got from Amazon for like $35, and he recorded his own shooting. But the video, I mean, it's terrible that he got shot, but the video quality of that, like they used the video to prosecute the guy for attempted murder. But everybody was like, dude, you should reach out to that glasses company and get them to like sponsor you, because like that one video from that company, I'm sure that if he used like affiliate links, he was on like Live PD talking about it and everything. But I mean that the camera quality from that like $35 pair of glasses was awesome. But it sucks that he had to pay out of pocket for that. Like it's so frustrating.
Yeah, that's a crazy story though.
Yeah, I went to high school with him. He was a grade ahead of me. His name's Quincy. He was out of service for like a year. He got shot 2 or 3 times.
Holy cow.
It's crazy the amount of cameras they have. So my good friend of mine is a Cleveland police officer, and they have a front cam, which is bulletproof, a back shoulder cam, which is bulletproof. And then like there's cameras on certain guns. There's cameras in all around the car. And I'm like, it's
cameras
crazy.
On the bullets.
Right. Like seriously, it feels like it, but yeah, then they show me like, he showed me some like the video afterward. I'm like, whoa, like that's like scary. Like,
I think so. Like we were talking about the backpack strap. I think the reason the backpack works so well, and I don't know if I've talked about this before in a previous video, but like if you're wearing a chest mount or a head mount, like it's obvious that you're trying to film something. But if you have a GoPro attached to a backpack, it's like it becomes part of the backpack. Like if people see you with a head mount on, they immediately see that and immediately know that you're trying to film them. But if they see you with a GoPro on your backpack, they're like, oh, maybe that GoPro is just attached to his backpack that he uses for hiking or something, and he's just wearing it. It's just like a camouflage. I don't know of a better way to do it. I don't know how I'd feel about using spy glasses, but I think that backpack is the best idea, and I think Justin was the first one I personally saw that used it.
Yeah, I can't remember anyone else who did it before him. Do you guys know Quick and Dirty? I guess he's on YouTube. People are saying that he used the spy cam glasses before. I actually don't know that channel.
That's funny because spy glasses are quick and dirty.
But see, like to me, like the spy glasses are much different because the whole point of wearing the GoPro on your book bag is so people don't notice it and they don't ask you about it. So really, it's no different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I mean, when people ask me, I tell them exactly what I'm doing.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
for sure.
You know, if they really have a problem, I'll go somewhere else. Like, and it'd be great content for YouTube. I got kicked out of a garage sale for filming.
Hey, what's up, the Jarhead Entrepreneur? He just joined the chat.
Oh, about time, man.
Says,
what is one thing that has brought your reselling business to the next level? It can literally be any tip you have that was a game changer for you. And I'm going to take your comment away so I don't cover up Josh's face.
Phew.
So what's one thing that's brought you guys this reselling business to the next level?
It's different things for me, right? So like maybe it's like in stages. So the first one for me was a Rolo printer, right? Like that was the first, like I wasn't like trying to print out and tape. I wasn't using like the 4x, half page stickers. I wasn't like the time savings. That was like my first big game changer for me anyways.
Yeah. Tommy Bernhard said the Dymo 4XL. That's the one I have. And that was seriously, a huge game changer.
Yeah. I use the 8.5 by 11 peel and sticks and regular printer for a long time. But like, I mean, you're using a whole page every 2 orders. And some weekends I've got 25 orders going out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I saw some lady on Instagram. She was like saying like, I'm going to keep using printer because it costs me $20 an hour for me. And it takes me 20 seconds to cut a label and tape it. So I would have to make, $22,000 in sales or whatever before I pay for my printer. I'm like, You're just talking about your work. You're not talking about the ink and the paper.
Right.
I did, however, run out of Dymo labels the other day, and I had to go to Staples, and all they had were the Dymo brands.
Oh, no.
And it was $44 for one roll.
Yeah, those things. Yeah, I do the off brands. I forgot what.
Yeah, I got like 8 rolls of the off brand for like $16 on Amazon. I'd pay $44 for one roll. Like, I would buy products if they weren't literally 5 times more expensive than the other ones that work fine.
Seriously. Yeah, the one I have is an off brand called Dasher. And I've never had issues with them. So those are the ones I buy.
Maybe I'll link them in my next video. I don't know what mine are, but they work fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Like Dymo's like they want to sell their products, but these are.
I think even like on their website, they say their printer's only compatible with Dymo labels too. And
obviously it's a lie.
Yeah, that's wrong.
And then they say they won't, if there's like anything wrong with your printer, they won't fix it if they can tell that you've used fake labels. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know how you would be able to tell that, but mine are
without the microscope.
I don't know if you can see that, but BETCKEY.
I have to agree with Tommy too. A close runner up to that was IKEA bags.
Yeah.
I'd say for me, starting to watch YouTube about reselling was a huge game changer. Because I'd say like, actually, yeah, pretty much 100% of how I run my business has been stolen from how other people run their businesses. And
Straight
it's
here,
just like
videos.
a big jumble of just stolen ideas mashed together into something that works for me.
Yeah.
So just like consuming content on YouTube. I think it's just like a huge game changer for people like just getting into it. And I think it gets to a point where like the value you get kind of teeters off. And then it gets to the point, like once you're there at a certain point in terms of like your reselling business, you're almost just watching YouTube content because of the content creator. You're just like, you just like the person. So you're watching at that point and just like maybe like taking a few notes here and there. But I think for like newer resellers, there's just so much value in consuming content and just seeing how other people run their business.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I think that's like one of the best parts about the reselling community is like nobody gets mad if like Justin's like, how dare you start putting your GoPro on a backpack strap? Like nobody cares. Just we're all trying to help each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Some Jarhead, where'd it go? Jarhead said, I've never been to IKEA. I plan to go when I get back to Texas. You can order the bags on Amazon or on eBay. I bought one. It was like $3 free shipping.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're making money at that point because I think they're like $1.50 at IKEA. But yeah, you can get them on eBay.
Yeah. I'll plug my giveaway. I'm drawing names on Friday. So I'm
What are you
doing
giving away? Because I'm really close to 4,000.
first prize is I'm not creative at all, so I just give away cash. I'm doing a $50 Amazon gift card for the first winner, and then 2 IKEA bags for the second winner.
Okay, cool.
I try to think of something creative, and I just realized I'm not creative.
I want to
who doesn't
give
love
away
cash to use on Amazon?
Yeah, I want to eventually give away a Dymo for Excel, but I think I'm going to save that for my 5,000 subscriber giveaway.
Yeah,
I got a kid. He's told me like 4 or 5 times. Flippin' Farmer. His name's BJ. He uses a Zebra for eBay, and then I forget the other one, and both of them like combined cost less than $50 used on eBay. And it does the 4x6, and then the other one he does all his Amazon labels with.
Mm-hmm. I know Brother.
You can use generic
wireless.
Yeah.
Yeah, wireless would be pretty cool if you could just like wirelessly print from your phone or something.
Yeah. College Picker talks about it. It's it looks kind of ugly, but it works. It does FBA labels. It does shipping labels.
Okay.
You can print from your computer or your phone wirelessly. That's the only downside about the Dymo. Like if it was wireless, it'd be perfect.
Yeah. Jay Meza, have I listed that Tonka truck yet? Send me a message on Instagram if you want it, and we can work something out.
I need to agree with Steampunk Town. Kind of it's the same for me. Like the next level of upgrading my reselling was meeting local contacts.
Yeah, that's good too.
I mean, that's where I stumbled into the pallet. It was just a store, but happened to be talking with a guy that happened to be the owner and happened to find out he sold pallets of stuff.
Tommy Bernard said he prints from his phone to Dymo daily. I have no idea how you do that. Please share with us.
Yeah,
because the USB you can still network through Windows, like even if it's USB or plugged into Ethernet or USB into your router.
Wi-Fi, I guess. That is pretty cool, though. I know some people. Are you guys more of just like do everything on your laptop or do everything on your phone kind of person?
Phone.
Yeah, I'm a combo right now.
I'm mostly like, I don't know. I feel like the app just is missing so many things sometimes, and it's like extremely frustrating. So I lean towards doing everything on my computer nowadays.
See, the labels for me aren't bad. So like I added the setting, it adds the 17th email from eBay when you get a sale, right? But it emails me the label. So if I'm on the road or something and I want to like get that shipping label going, so I get home, I can just print it. I can literally do it, and it emails me the label for every single one. Okay, there, Tommy's link it to Google, then print. Google Cloud Print.
Huh.
But you guys probably have iPhones, which I think still works on iPhone, honestly. It doesn't matter. You just have Chrome and Cloud Print.
So I think for me, I mean, I agree with everything you guys said so far. Like YouTube has been a huge help. My Dymo 4XL was big. I guess that, I don't know. It's such a hard question because I feel like so many things have helped me,
Right. Yeah. It's hard to pinpoint just to one thing. So I guess like watching YouTube content was like a cop-out answer for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the stages though, right?
Like, yeah. That was like the gateway into everything reselling for me.
Well, like a lot of Josh, I would put it into like you having a YouTube channel because that guy got in touch with you because of it that lives near you. That's, you find all that stuff. I mean, that's the local contact thing. Like, where's that one big step where you felt like your next level, right? To emphasize on your question, Dr. Tornado, like where is that next step where you felt you're like, wow, besides losing your job and going full time, right?
Yeah. So I think like when I first started and I did like 3 listings at once, and then like a week later I sold the first one and then just went from there. And in the beginning I was keeping everything. I had a big like 60 something gallon storage tote, and I was just putting all my inventory in that tote. And eventually that filled up, and then I just put it on the floor. And then I had a huge pile. I was like, I've got to do something. So I think the moment when I felt like a real reseller was when I bit the bullet and bought some wire shelving units and bought storage totes and like actually had an organized inventory system. I think a lot of new sellers, they focus on sourcing and listing, and like the inventory storage system is like an afterthought. They're like, oh, I only have 40 listings. It's not that big a deal. But if you want to be successful at all and you want to have more than listings, you have to have an organized inventory storage system. I use like the pretty much the same as everybody else. I use the bins with the letters on them, and then I do. I guess I'm maybe a little bit more organized than a lot of people, but I have like a file system of clothes. So like I can pull clothes in 10 seconds, like bin, number, done. And I think just having that, it makes me feel like an actual business owner. Like ideally with your inventory storage system, whatever you choose, you want to have a system to where another eBay reseller, if they took over your business and they had 10 orders to ship, they could find your orders without you telling them anything. They could look at your custom SKU and be able to find and ship your orders for you. And I think, with my system, when a shirt sells, it says N27. You find the N bin, number 27, you're good to go. And also it helps later on if you want to scale and hire an employee to help ship or pack or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't want to spend 6 weeks trying to like, okay, this shirt is over here behind the TV and this hat is in that tree. No, like you want them to be able to find your stuff easily. And it's very stressful. I've seen a lot of people they get up to like 150, 200 listings and they have no organization at all. So they spend half their day, pulling orders, trying to find orders. And, if you have to end up canceling orders because you can't find an item, that's just, you're shooting yourself in the foot. So I think having that organized inventory storage system is the best thing that's helped me.
Yeah.
Well, my flipping life. Yeah. Dr. Tornado, you store your stuff in trees. Don't lie. You're not that organized. You can't find things that quick. Remember?
Exactly.
Nice, but you're not fooling us.
You're not fooling us.
Yeah. I bought all those bins and labeled each one just for the video. I don't actually keep that.
You're like, I actually don't resell. Somebody does it for me.
Yeah. I'm just a YouTuber.
Yeah. Resell.
Jarhead, where'd it go?
Go ahead.
Jarhead just had a good comment here. He said, my system has saved me while out of town. My wife or daughter can pull an order, package, and ship. Yeah. Like you want to make sure your family is aware. Like one of my biggest fears is like, if I die, like, I don't care. But if I die and like just my wife having to deal with all of my stuff, like what would happen? Like, I guess I would keep selling stuff and none of it would get shipped out, like she sources and that's the extent of it. Like, so I don't know. I probably should have like a will. All right, you guys, Suburban Beard, you're a little bit closer to me. If I die, you have to drive down here and you can have all my inventory, but you have to pay my wife like $150.
There we go.
Damn it. I was hoping it was me.
We'll go together.
Whoever gets here first.
Split it 50-50.
But like I think where we are, we can like meet in DC and then head down.
Yeah.
No, I like it. We can do it like rat race. Whoever gets there first.
Right. Yeah.
I think this question would be good for you, Suburban Beard, Josh. Jeff, if I could find the question. He was asking about DVDs.
Yes.
I can't find the question, but he was saying he saw DVDs for like $350 free shipping, and he was wondering how they made any money. And I know you used to dabble a little bit in something similar to that.
Yeah, so like, because I had messaged him back in there, so but it's a lot of times it's 70 cents to mail a DVD in an envelope, and technically, even if it says "do not machine," they can still throw through the machine, so there's still a probability of it not making it. I'd throw them in a cardboard sleeve. He wrote again. I see the DVDs are new in the package though, and the thing with that, like, it's I've heard a couple people, different people say you might think they're not making any money, but you don't know what they paid for it, right? So they literally could have been anything from a falling off the truck sale to somebody else cleaning out their inventory. You ended up with a bunch of stuff, or you got a bunch of stuff super cheap. But yeah, I mean, it's there's not a lot of money to be made in it, but like I was doing it for a while just to clear out a bunch of stuff, and mine were all $5 free shipping. Threw them in an envelope, threw on a 70-cent stamp, and threw them in the mail. And then after about 60 of them, I'm like, I'm done. This is stupid. And then it's so much extra work to do that, like filling out the addresses and boxing it up. Not even boxing it up, but it's like, I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. Like so I just sold them off as a lot for like $20, which I should have done in the first place, but yeah, that's what a lot of people do. Like you'll still make a buck, but it's a lot of extra work.
There's a guy on YouTube that does purely postcards. It's like Popeye's postcards.
Yep.
And there was a point where I watched like a bunch of his videos, and he does something similar. He doesn't really care about like top rate or seller or anything, and he's kind of like undercutting the competition by saving on shipping. So he does everything free shipping, and he's just sending it, just taking the ding on like the shipping, and he's just going in manually and marking it as shipped, and then marking as delivered, and then just like leaving feedback. And then, I mean, just watching his videos, I don't think he's ever had like any big issues with just doing that. So there's definitely people out there who are able to undercut in terms of shipping and just like losing their top rated status, and it doesn't seem to affect them at all.
Tommy Bernard, I got your joke. It was hilarious.
But I love Justin's response.
I'm like,
Just owns the Pop Ranger like fairly easily.
Yeah, I see Lonnie's storage. He's like, oh, I saw another one of these things. It's back here somewhere. And he just like digs and he's like, oh, here it is. How would you?
See, I love like if I had the shelving, I wouldn't have everything in boxes. Like some stuff I would, just because it's smaller. I wouldn't want it to get ruined or broken, things like that, right? Like not in a package. But I love just being able to see the open shelves. Like the larger items, I have a shelf near the front of my garage, like has all that. Like I can go up, like, oh, see it right there, see it right there. Yeah. Like it's just so much more convenient for me than the bin system. But I needed it because it was also a lot cheaper than buying a bunch of racks.
Yeah. The thing about those guys, they're around their inventory so often. Like they've walked past that item so many times. So once they see a sell, they're like, oh yeah, like I've walked past it like literally every day, multiple times, and it just like kind of like clicks in their head. So for them, like it's just like all mental. The only thing, I guess, that like you were saying, like the only issue if you ever wanted to expand with employees, then you just have to like revamp your inventory system. But I think a lot of like Lonnie and Justin, like I think they just want to keep it a solo operation.
Yeah. It's just
so it's like whatever system works for you, I guess. At the end of the day,
I would have to work so hard to scale enough to afford an employee that it would negate the work. You know, like I could just work less and make the same amount of money rather than working more to hire an employee. I don't know. That's just how I'd see it. Like I know Cincinnati Picker used to have, several employees and like an auction house and everything like that. And, I think if you just scale it back and just hustle yourself, you can make a decent living.
You could dedefinitely do a lot by yourself.
And then there's difference of having actual employees versus, contractors. And it's a lot of stress just to get a little bit of help,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Lonnie's great. He's like, I bought this a year and a half ago. It's right up here behind this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, those videos where he's just like pulling orders and just like shipping them out. I don't know. It's just like oddly soothing.
Yes. It's that background, it's that background you can watch.
Green background.
Yeah. I don't know. Those group of guys, I can't say enough good about them. They've just done so much for me, and I don't know. I feel like I've learned so much from them. So I know we're talking about them a lot, but
I mean, for those of you that don't know, this show is intended to be not a replacement of that morning show, but just something similar. Just three guys sharing their reselling experience, sharing their YouTube experience, and just hanging out. We certainly don't expect.
The only thing we have going for us is our names are Josh.
Right.
Yeah. That's our benefit. But I just miss the show, man. I watched it every morning, and
I did too, man. It's like a daily routine.
I'm starting my own show.
Right. I'm out of here.
So yeah, if you guys looks like there's 99 people watching. So if you guys have any, this is just a reseller Q&A. I mean, we're just talking about things as they come up. Just let us know if you have any questions or thoughts or anything like that about reselling or YouTube. I guess we all do YouTube.
Don't forget to hit the like button too.
Oh yeah, smash the like button. Looks like there's
going to be a YouTube video if you don't say that.
Yeah. It's crazy how true that is. Like, and if you do YouTube and you want people to do something like comment on the video or like a video, like telling them to do that in the video, like increases the response like 60%. Like it's very significant. Because people like myself, like if I watch a video and I like it, I'm like, oh, cool, I like that. But I don't take the time to push the like button. But if they say like, make sure you hit the like button, I'm like, oh yeah, cool, yeah.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about this yesterday, but there's like, it's like a weird balance you have to find between like saying stuff like about your affiliate links or like hitting the like button, commenting, subscribing, and like finding the balance where you're not coming off as like too pushy.
Yeah.
That's always been kind of like a struggle for me, I guess. Like, I know like to grow my channel, I need people to like, comment, subscribe, and stuff like that. And to increase like other sources of income, you know, it would definitely help if people like buy stuff with my affiliate links. Yeah, pick and roll, he said, using the call to action.
Yeah. Just
trying to find the right balance to like plug that into your video without like oversaturating it with it.
Yeah. I think just one time in your video, like Nick Nimmin and Brian D. Johnson talk about, like, you have your introduction of your video, which is like what you're going to talk about. Then you're like intro, your little channel bumper thing, whatever. And then your call to action, or like, I think Nick Nimmin says like you give a little bit of the information in the video and then a call to action.
Yeah.
But generally, like I find that like introduction about the video, channel bumper, and then like the call to action works best.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm also trying to focus on things that matter. Like really on YouTube, all that matters is views. Like I used to be concerned about likes and dislikes, but
right.
They're both basically the same as YouTube. Like whether you like or dislike my video, it counts the same. So YouTube likes engagement, but really we're just focused on the views here. I think that's the biggest thing that's going to help, you know, any YouTube channel grow.
If I don't end up doing the call to action, I'll still, like, while I'm editing, I'll still throw in the little pop-up with the subscribe and clicking the bell notification icon.
Yeah. Let's see.
Betting Indiana is funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Crystal. How much time do you spend on bookkeeping? It's one of my biggest weaknesses.
I'll take it down so we don't cover your face.
I appreciate that.
So I'll let you guys start on this one.
I used to be really good. Like when I was doing this part-time, I would keep track of it almost weekly. Like every Friday before I kicked off the weekend, I did it manually with a Google spreadsheet and just inputted everything manually. And I think I was able to do it because the volume of sales I was doing was manageable. And it's kind of weird because now that I'm full-time, I almost feel like I have less time to do stuff like that. I feel like if I'm not like sourcing, listing, cleaning items, like something directly related to like putting items up on my stores, I almost feel like I'm wasting time, which is like a terrible mentality right now. And I've fallen behind like 2 months on bookkeeping. So I'd say it's kind of a weakness right now. I was a lot better at it when I was doing a part-time, and now that I'm full-time, like, I don't know. Now that you bring it up, I need a solution.
That reminds me, I failed. Suburban Beard, what about you?
It's kind of just part of my day, right? So like, I mean, if I don't do a lot of retail arbitrage when I do, and anything receipt wise, I literally just take a picture with that cam scanner app, and enters it in, it's stored for me. And then from there, I just download the monthly invoice from eBay, you know, like that's, and I do a lot on paper where I'll like write stuff out. So I know like what I'm putting it as, like if I actually go and figure out like what the total cost will be, all that fun stuff. But I don't do anything more advanced than that. I keep records. I do a lot of photo taking, right? So it's more organizing it all kind of after the fact. But you know, about an hour a week I kind of put into it. I need to sign up for GoDaddy bookkeeping you keep talking about, because that just sounds like it's even easier than what I'm doing.
Yeah. So I pay my eBay fees once a week, usually on Mondays after I ship my weekend orders. And when I pay my eBay fees, I go in and do my bookkeeping. So I have the GoDaddy app, and Hello Thrifty says the GoDaddy app has been screwy since the Glitch Bay Palooza started. Yeah, it has. But generally my bookkeeping is like GoDaddy does everything for me pretty much. The only thing I have to do is take pictures of my receipts and tag them with the transactions on my PayPal account. I use a PayPal debit card when I source. anything I buy when I source it, I use that. So every Goodwill receipt is tied to a PayPal transaction. So once a week, I'll go and take pictures of my receipts and tie them to the correct transactions. And GoDaddy pretty much does everything else for me. It keeps a track of my profit and loss every month. You can add your mileage on there. I usually do my mileage about once a week too. So I mean, if you want to do reselling seriously, you plan on doing more than like 20, maybe $15,000 to $20,000 of sales in a year, I would invest in some sort of bookkeeping software. It could be GoDaddy, it could be QuickBooks. It's hard to keep up with everything on paper, in my opinion. But yeah. But don't put it off. Like I started GoDaddy in like May of this year. And so I had to go back all the way to January and like find all my receipts and like catch up and like put transactions in different categories. It's frustrating. It's much, honestly, you should do it every day. Like every day you source, you should just go ahead and take pictures of those receipts, tie them to your transactions, just keep up with it.
I feel like this is almost an intervention for me. I'm gonna have to get some like professional help, honestly, though, because I've been looking into like a few CPAs just to get my stuff together. Because now that I'm doing this full time, like I'm realizing I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, like everything I do is what my CPA. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying a CPA is well worth it. Like, because I used TurboTax last year by myself, but if you do like the self-employed version of TurboTax is not free. So I paid like $180 or $200 to use TurboTax to file last year myself. Whereas I could have paid a CPA to file my taxes for like $400, maybe $500.
Right. Yeah.
About $100. So it's, you're paying double, but $200 is a very small price to pay to have a professional tax accountant make sure you're good to go. And I think for me, I was hesitant to speak to an accountant because I thought it was going to be like a pay, like you have to like pay them for their time. But I talked to like 5 different accountants when I was interviewing to find one for me, and they all talked to me for like 30 to 45 minutes totally for free.
Right.
So they're not like lawyers. They're not going to charge you a consultation fee.
Okay.
So I would just Google, CPAs near me and call like, 4 or 5 of them and try to find one that specializes in e-commerce. That may be difficult based on your location, but if you can find one like that, that would obviously be the best. But
yeah, for sure.
They'll all talk to you totally for free.
Yeah. I do what my CPA wants, like, 'cause I've had different businesses, things like that. And every year they're like, she's like, send me this, this, and this, keep this, and this. And then I literally just hand the big envelope of everything and go from there.
Yeah.
Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward, look for a GoDaddy coupon code online to save on the subscription. I tell people this all the time. On Google Chrome, there's an extension called Honey. I would highly suggest you download this. You can install it on your computer in like 3 clicks. And what it does is anytime you buy anything from any website, you click the Honey extension, it'll actually come up and say, do you want to search for discount codes? And it scours the web for all these discount codes and tries to find one that's currently active. Because I think we've all Googled discount codes and then put them in and found out they've been inactive. But GoDaddy, I think it's like $125 a year normally. And I use that Honey extension, which is free. It's a free download. And it found like a $45 coupon. So I actually only paid $80 for it for the whole year. I don't think Honey works on Amazon, but if you buy anything from a direct website anywhere, like G Fuel, I buy G Fuel all the time, the powdered energy drink. And you can use Honey on their website to find, which influencer has the best coupon code at that moment.
I use Honey, and then I also use Rakuten. Used to be called Ebates, because even if you buy something on eBay, you get 2% cash back off the rip. In Amazon as well, but it also searches all the coupon codes and everything. So but I use both because some may have a better deal with a website and stuff like that.
On the Mark Flipper says GoDaddy. He heard GoDaddy would not work with managed payments. That's true. That's another reason I'm not turning on managed payments, because it doesn't work with GoDaddy, and it doesn't work with global shipping either.
I see 2 more questions. I can answer this one. Danny asks how to ship perfume, priority, first class, or standard shipping. So perfume, you can't send it any method that uses an airplane. So just because of regulations, I think it's has to do with the fact that it's flammable. But that's something I just learned recently. But you have to use some kind of ground method. So I use USPS ground parcel. And another thing that I think a lot of people don't take into consideration is like international shipping. So if you use like GSP, just make sure you're turning that off for perfume. And then right above that, Johnny Cordova asks, what percentage do you think your eBay sales have been from just YouTube viewers? Which I think is an interesting question.
For me, it's probably not enough to even make a percentage. Like, I mean, I probably had like maybe 10 or 12, but in the grand scheme of things, that's like less than 1%.
Right. Yeah. I've gotten like a few viewer sales. It's not like overwhelming to the point where I like Harry Tornado said it's a percentage, but I mean, I've definitely gotten viewer sales. Like people will leave notes saying that they've watched my channel and they'll make a purchase. Sometimes people will just buy like small things in my store and say that's just like a token of appreciation and they're just trying to show support for my channel. But just recently, I picked up like from that recent haul, the local haul, I had these like 2 iCarly dolls, and before I even put it on eBay, a viewer messaged me on eBay saying that they're a viewer and they're interested in that, and we agreed to a deal for those iCarly dolls. So what I did was I just created a listing and priced it like extremely high so no one else could buy it, and I just turned on best offer, and he just sent me an offer on the price we agreed on. And then just in the chat, Jay Meza, he was talking about like that Tonka truck that I picked up from that same haul, and he's interested in that. So when I list that, I'll send him a message too. So it's not like overwhelming, but I'd be lying if I didn't say like some portion, maybe like 1 or 2 a week, come from viewers.
Yeah. Hello Thrifty says, I have a separate account just for reselling, and that's connected to GoDaddy. So I know every single transaction that comes through needs to be marked in a category for the business. Yeah, even you could, if you sell 10 things a year on eBay, you need to have a separate account for your reselling business. Trying to do reselling with your personal debit card and transfer out expenses and stuff, it's a waste of time. I would highly recommend just opening a PayPal debit card, not a credit card, a PayPal debit card.
Yep.
It's free. There's no fees, and they send you a debit card in the mail, and you could swipe it at Goodwill, swipe it at thrift stores. You can use it at ATMs to get cash out for yard sales, and it pairs directly with your PayPal account. You could also open a separate bank account, but just that separation from your business to your personal finances is vastly important for any amount of reselling. There's a lot of questions. I'm trying to keep up with it, but it's moving kind of fast. So
yeah,
forgive me if I skip over you. Jarhead says those CPAs no deductions that we may not be aware of too. Yeah, definitely. Especially if you can find one that that focuses on e-commerce. I mean, none of us are accountants, so they went to college for that. They know how to do this stuff more than us. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just bite the bullet and pay them. Then Jeff Quack says, how much do you have to sell to have to start bookkeeping? Is there a dollar limit? So this is a good question that makes me think about something else. So I think we talked about it in last week's show or a previous show. A lot of people see on eBay where eBay won't send you a tax form unless you have $20,000 in sales or 200 transactions. That doesn't mean that if you have less than that you don't owe taxes. That just means that they're not reporting it to the IRS. You could sell one thing on Facebook Marketplace for $50 and you owe taxes on that profit, unless it's something that the only time you wouldn't owe taxes on something is if you sell it for less than you paid for it. Like if you have, like my old cell phone, I paid like $800 for it, but I sold it for $100 on eBay. That $100 wouldn't be taxable because I took a loss on that product. Mm-hmm. But anytime you sell anything for a product, it can be Facebook Marketplace, it could be eBay, it could be Amazon. You owe taxes on that. Even if you have, like I said, $40, $50 in sales for the whole year, you still have to file that on your taxes and pay taxes on that. I think that's a common misconception with that, is that, I only made $19,900, so I don't owe any taxes.
Right. Yeah. Just because you can get away with it doesn't mean it's the right thing to do, I guess.
And I'm not sure you could even get away with it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure a lot of people do get away with it, but it's just, are you willing to risk that kind of,
Going to jail
and stuff for the the consequences once you do get caught for something like that? It's just not worth the risk.
No. I'll get you guys' opinions on this. Do you send a card to watch your channel in your packages? Like, I know a lot of Josh, you just started putting your channel on your cards.
I do. Let me see if I can.
Suburban Beard, do you do that?
I've done it since I started YouTube. I have a label on the outside I stick on it that shows the face, like my name, Suburban Beard, with logos or Facebook, Bakari, YouTube, and then I slip. I do more like an invoice with a letter. So I don't know how many people read it. I need to actually, like, I was printing out my own cards, but they were so flimsy and junky, but it was cheap up front. I made 1,000 of them, printed them off at home.
Yeah.
But I'd like a nicer, glossier card is what I want.
Yeah, so I ordered a bunch from Vistaprint. And like I said, this isn't nothing like original. Everything I do is stolen from other people. But there was like a 40% Vistaprint coupon. They just have these like random coupons on their website. So I saw that. I was like, okay, I'm going to order like 500 of these then. So I just used like one of their pre-made templates, and it just says like, thank you for your business. It says a lot of Josh. And then on the bottom, it says connect with me. And it has my, like, those two links are my Instagram and my YouTube. So
that's so cute.
At first I was kind of like scared, like, oh, like people are going to know that I bought this for $1 and I'm selling it to them for 40. But at the end of the day, I think most intelligent people on eBay, most buyers, like they know people are selling on eBay for a profit. So I was like, okay, whatever.
And somebody on Instagram talked about that. They were like, how they don't share on YouTube because they're worried about people seeing, like, oh, they bought this item for 25 cents at the bins and they sold it to me for $25. Mm-hmm. I don't think people care about how much profit you're making as long as they purchase the item at a fair market price.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
If an item is worth $20, you paid 25 cents for it and they paid 40, then yeah, they can be pissed off. But if they get an item for $25 that's worth 30, it doesn't matter what you paid for it. Like, they'd probably want to support a small business anyway.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, I think majority of people with a brain understand how eBay and business work, and that like one off bad apple that gives you a hard time because you're like, oh, you only paid $1 for this. Like what's up with that? Like someone like that is just not worth your time. And It's just like, just block them.
Danny May says the more subscribers a person has, the more viewer sales they get, I think. So there's this guy, he started doing reselling content on his channel. He had like 10,000 subscribers, but since I subscribed to him like 4 months ago, he's changed his YouTube name like 4 times and changed his content, like every video, like, and so he has a lot of subscribers, but his videos get like 400 views, so it's in terms of YouTube, like success and like how many people watch your videos, subscribers is really just a fake number. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, again, what really matters is the views. Like there's Cincinnati Picker who averages more views than he has subscribers. And there's people with channels with 1 million subscribers, or like T-Series. T-Series has over 100 million subscribers, and their videos get like 100,000 views each.
Right.
So subscribers and views are totally different things. And I think that goes true with viewer sales as well. Like Bonafide Hustler has like 37,000 subscribers, and his videos average the same as a lot of Josh, who has over 5,000. So I mean, even though there's a 30,000 subscriber difference in those two content creators, they get the same amount of average views.
Yeah, and I think like YouTube's like just such a tricky beast. Like I think it gets harder the longer you're on YouTube. So some of those guys, like they've been on YouTube for like 5 years. So yeah, a lot of their subscribers, like we've been doing YouTube for like a year now, maybe.
Yeah.
So a lot of our subscribers are like relatively new within the past year. So they're still like actively watching reselling content. They're actively reselling. Like a lot of those guys, they've been around for like 3-5 years. A bulk of their audience isn't reselling anymore. It's sad to say, but there's a percentage of them that probably passed away and they're not watching YouTube because they're not here with us anymore. So it's like long-term YouTube's from what I've seen, I feel like it definitely be like a tricky thing. It's hard to say because I haven't been on YouTube for that long either, but that would be like my guess on why there might be some kind of like dynamic like that in terms of like the discrepancy with subscribers and viewers.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just hard to like think of consistent video ideas for like 5 years straight too, and keep it interesting without like doing the same thing over and over. So there's definitely like a creative aspect to YouTube that you need to constantly like adjust your content to the audience that's watching.
Definitely, yeah. So we're getting to the hour mark. I was wanting to end with this comment from Diane Livingston. I really love the amount and variety of information the three of you share with your audience. So grateful for the learning opportunity. Keep it up, doing a great job. Thanks for your time. And that's really what we want this show to be. Like, none of us are professionals. Like, we just like talking about stuff, and we're all named Josh. So
Yes.
if you guys got any value out of this show, the 109 people watching right now, be sure to smash the like button for us. It really helps us out a ton. And again, we do this show every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesdays are on a lot of Josh's channel. Wednesdays are right here, and Thursdays are on Suburban Beard's channel. So links to all of our channels are in the description. Be sure to subscribe. And do you guys have any closing comments here?
No, just thanks for coming, everyone. It's really nice to just see like familiar faces whenever we go live. So super cool.
Awesome.
Thank you, everybody.
Well, we will see you guys tomorrow again on Suburban Beard's channel, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Thank you guys so much for watching. You're the best, and we'll see you guys on the next one.